Creative Kill Live.
Welcome to the show where the lights go dim. Albuquerque nights, yeah, it all begins. From the Duke City streets to the ledges we ride. Everybody gets killed on Creative Kill Live. John Roberts on the mic, that's the host and creator. Wolf, Ben, and Dizzy, yeah, the squad, no debaters. Happy Anderson in the house, serial killer on the stream. Guests sit down, but they step into a dream. Brooke Smith from the silence, ghosts in the air. Talking Bigfoot stories like they're right over there. True crime echoes while the crowd's alive. Then the lights cut out, it's the end of the ride. Welcome to the show where the lights go dim. Albuquerque nights, yeah, it all begins. From the Duke City streets to the ledges we ride. Everybody gets killed on Creative Kill Live.
What's up, everybody? It's John.
And Ben.
And welcome back to the Creative Kill Podcast, where the guest always has a killer experience. And today, I got to tell you, man, there's not much of a killer experience going on because we don't have a guest. So I thought we would just jump into something that's a little fun. Now, for my birthday, we're doing werewolves. We've already done Predator for you,
Right,
but today, hold on, buddy. I'm gonna do something. Okay, ready? Here we go. I gotta get off camera real quick. Today, we're doing vampires.
All right, I'm into it.
Look,
all day.
I got my vampire teeth in it because I'm such a nerd. You remember these little teeth when you were a kid? How cool you thought these
Oh my
things
gosh.
were?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like here, we'll put them up here for right now.
There we
Our
go.
little vampire
There we go.
fangs for our vampire. Got my Dracula shirt rocking
noticed,
today,
man, I
dude.
noticed.
Yeah, Drac is he's our guy, you know what I'm saying? But here at the Creative Kill Podcast, we talk everything supernatural, true crime, and horror. And obviously, vampires fall into our horror.
Definitely do.
Yeah,
Definitely
ha,
do.
ha,
I'm
ha.
going to
You
suck
let
your
you.
blood.
I'm going to suck your blood. Yeah, no, I love me some vampire shit, dude.
Man,
so
all day.
so we're gonna get on to this, but first we got to get on to our two sponsors, our main sponsors here. You want to hit the first one with Duke?
Definitely. Yep.
Yep,
Leo,
go for it.
Leo. You guys know what it's up. Duke
Yep.
City Toys, guys, here in Albuquerque, where you can get all your, memorabilia galore. It sounds
Yeah,
like he's
collectibles,
turning-
memorabilia.
Yeah.
And so we are making this announcement right now on this episode. Leo has opened up a new location.
Yes.
So he's leaving the San Mateo location here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and they're moving to Broadway. And dude, it's an 8,500 square foot location.
A warehouse, basically.
It's a warehouse
It's a
of
Costco.
collectibles, guys. It's not as big as Costco, but it's pretty freaking big. I'll tell you, because I got to go. I helped him with the security stuff in it, so I got to go and check out the new layout. And holy shit, dude, we are gonna have so much fun. We're gonna get some signing events going for everybody here. Some of our favorite wrestlers are gonna come to town. There's a big one coming. I haven't told you about this yet, but it's a big announcement. We'll wait for Leo to come on the show to make the announcement. Okay.
I like that.
But then our second sponsor today is our new gold sponsor for this year. And because we are trying to stay within the realm of what our audience likes. So we have Monster House Dispensary
Love
now.
Monster.
Gator.
Gator.
Yeah, Gator down at Monster House Dispensary in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and Ruidoso, New Mexico for all your cannabis needs, guys. Gator is the shit. And I've been talking with him. Karl just got down there. He went down there to scope out because we're going to do some shows at Monster House Dispensary. You know what? We may even smoke a little bit.
I
don't know. What do you think?
Win in Rome.
Win in Rome, right?
Yeah.
It's like we want Gator to show us how the Gator smokes.
Right.
I wonder if Gator, if he's like one of these like power smokers, like Wolf, and like me, I'm a fucking lightweight.
You know,
I
me too,
am.
Man.
I mean,
College
we tell this story all the time, but I'm gonna just tell it real quick. When Ben and I met, the first thing we did together was smoke weed.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
I hope our parents don't see this. Anyway, then they won't because they don't watch our show.
No,
My mom's like, the blood? No way. I'm not doing. No, I'm not watching. She loves it. She supports us, but at the same time. But yeah, Ben and I met on a set, and it was funny because I sat down, I looked over and said, "Hey, do you do you want to be my best friend? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, do you smoke weed? I said, yeah. And then we went
just
and smoked
become
weed.
best friends?
Yeah. With Aaron Rodgers too. But
Yeah.
Aaron's coming on the
Shout
show
out Aaron.
pretty soon. He's an actor buddy of ours too here in Albuquerque, and he's fantastic. He's part of Finding 66. We love Aaron so much. What's up, Aaron? Anyway, back to Gator with Monster House. We want to thank you guys for sponsoring us, but for all your cannabis needs, you need to go to Monster House Dispensary in Las Cruces and Ruidoso. I probably should plug those addresses at some point, but we'll put them in the bio, everybody. And then if you need Monster Houses, if you need their location, if you're in Las Cruces, El Paso. That's what I was saying. I don't know if that's legal to say this. We're going to have to ask Gator, but I'm sure there's some people from Texas that come over the border to go.
Saying,
yeah.
You can invite your house party friends to another house. You know, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
for sure. You just can't take it across the border.
Yeah.
But who's going to catch you? Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Anyway, that's a joke, everybody. It's a joke
Just
for
kidding, JK.
all of you hard, like, tight asses out there. Anyway, so today, guys, we are super pumped because Ben and I have been started the podcast circuit, and sometimes we'll have guests, sometimes we won't.
Yeah,
sometimes it's just us chopping it up about some horror shit.
You know?
Yeah, so today we have decided to do our first vampire episode. Kind of like the Predator episode where we
Right,
toss things out to each other and we get this. So let's talk about the vampire genre first of all, because I've got to tell you, man, this is like they've gone all over the place where vampires used to be like super scary. So I'm used to like Fright Night,
Right.
Dracula,
Yeah.
30 Days of Night,
Right.
those kind of vampire movies, right? Interview,
Right.
if we could keep going, it's like
Karate and
yeah.
all that.
And then they jumped onto like the Vampire Diaries and Twilight, and you can see my face right now. Not for me. It's not for me. I know who it's for,
Not my cup of
and
tea. Yeah.
yeah, it's for some teen romance drama
Exactly.
stuff. But
Yeah. Which is fine.
which
You know,
is
it's
fine. That's just not for me. But I like the scarier vampire stuff. I mean, I don't know about you. Lost Boys. I was,
Right, that was a
stuff like
classic.
that.
That was a
Yeah.
classic.
That was a classic. So it's like I enjoy vampire lore. I gotta tell you, man, if you ever get to go to New Orleans, that's like numero uno. There's all the fucking
Okay.
they do a vampire ball
Okay.
in New Orleans.
All right.
Yeah, and I would really like to go to
That
that
would
at
be
some point in
very
time
cool.
because I'm such a fucking crazy like horror nerd. But they dress up in like the
Like the Victorian
the
style?
Victorian
Okay.
style outfits or wardrobe, that's crazy. It's awesome. So, and I'm friends with them on Instagram. So it won't be in 26, but maybe in 27 we can
Right,
make our way
right.
to New Orleans, because we've got a big year this year
Yeah, I
scheduled
love
already.
crawfish, man.
Dude, crawfish are so good. New Orleans is so good. We've got to wait for our budget to get a little bit bigger before I go to New Orleans.
Right, we'll keep
I want to go to New Orleans because I just want us to drink, eat.
Yes.
The food is incredible.
I
I'm going to tell you a
so
New
I've
Orleans
heard,
story
so
here in a
I've heard.
second, and then just go check out it's below sea level, so all the cemeteries are above ground.
Right,
all the old plantation houses and stuff. They call it the
Right.
Garden District. It's fucking crazy.
bet.
And here's a little fact about John Roberts and the vampire stuff. So when I was a kid, guys, I was a huge fan of reading the Interview with the Vampire series, right?
Okay.
So I read all of them.
Nice. Okay.
Love the books. Love the action. I love the movies. I'm not shitting on Queen of the Damned because I liked it.
Right.
I know
Right,
a lot of
same here.
people. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but
I know.
Interview was amazing. Brad Pitt,
Right.
Tom Cruise.
Right.
Queen of the Damned, R.A.P. Aaliyah, and then Stuart Townsend. Very good movie. And then I got to tell you, then they start. AMC has now adapted the Interview with the Vampire, and they started a series, bro.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know this?
Really?
Oh, you
Okay.
guys have got to watch it. You
Okay.
and Wendy need to watch it. It's fucking good. So we're on season 3 coming out this year,
Nice.
and this year is all about Lestat.
Ooh, I
So
like
it's
that.
like you have Louis the first season. It's Louis and Lestat when they
Okay.
meet, and then you get the second is where they go to France because you
Okay.
know that in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they meet. He starts with an A. Anyway, the other. It's the character that Antonio Banderas played. I don't remember it.
Man.
Yeah, I will get it in there. But anyway, you're introduced to those guys.
Okay.
But then there's also kind of this timeline flash forward where they're in present time.
Oh, that's cool.
And then they go back to the stories. So they have two story arcs going on for the characters. Louis, and Louis is the main character still. He's still alive. He's like in 2028 or whatever. And Armand.
Okay.
Armand. That's the other.
Armand.
So he is with Armand in the series. I don't want to screw it with you.
Okay.
I'll tell you, but he has left Lestat and he's with Armand now. Okay. And then this third season, it's gonna be all about Lestat and the fucking rock star, dude.
Okay.
Dude, I see. So if you don't know the books, Ben, Lestat, there is a book called The Vampire Lestat, and Queen of the Dam kind of adapted it, but it's when Lestat becomes a rock star.
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes
and
more sense now.
And they're gonna break it down to where, when we only saw just that beginning, where Stuart Townsend becomes the rock star, they wake him up, and he's like, well, that was cool. I love the vampire fight in that at the end, like on the stage. That was fucking badass. The rock show. That's so cool. Yeah. But yeah. So anyway, we're gonna jump into vampire stuff. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I want to suck your blood.
And like you said, I mean, we've taken the vampire genre in so many different directions. In terms of the time frame I grew up in, right, was right after that kind of Fright Night era, right? So a lot of my favorites are very kind of gimmicky, kind of corny guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Are you a Twilight guy?
No, not like that. But more so in the sense of like, well, should we get into our top
well,
five?
let's get into our top five. So we're gonna do the movies at the end. Let's go top five male vampire. Top five. Who's your top five dude vampires? Right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you. Should we start with five and then go to one? Yeah, let's do that. So number five for me. Are you ready? Okay. So number five, so mine are kind of all over the place, Benny. All right. So I have got. Okay. You may not know about this show, but there's a show on Hulu, and you need to watch this show because it's fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm. It's called What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there is a character on there named Laszlo. He's a vampire, and he's a horny-ass vampire. Okay. But the actor's name is Matt Berry. He plays Laszlo. He's fucking hysterical. Okay. It is so funny. They've got, there's all kinds of different characters, and I'm going to name the female in my females, but this is my only comedic vampire because Matt Berry, I would love to work with Matt Berry. He's kind of like I feel like he is, who's the guy who plays Kenny Powers? What's his name? Not Danny Masterson, my bad. My bad. I did not mean to say that. Cut that part out, Karl. Who's the actor that plays Kenny Powers? It is Daniel Radcliffe. No, just kidding. It's Danny McBride. McBride. Okay, Danny McBride plays. This guy is like a vampire. He's like the Danny McBride of vampires. Okay, and it's, dude, I'm seriously start binging it. It's fucking. They're 20-minute episodes. Okay. It's a really quick watch. They're a lot of fun. But anyway, go ahead. Who's your fifth one?
Man, so yeah, this one kind of threw me for a loop a little bit, especially since I guess now we're going backwards. But
no, my bad.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. So this is what I meant by corny because as a kid, I loved Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Hell yeah, man. Liam Neeson, dude.
I mean,
we both went comedy the first one. That's funny. Guys, we did not know what we've picked. So we are
completely in the dark.
Completely in the dark. Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. I love Dracula Dead and Loving It.
I mean, I loved it so much as a kid. I found it to be absolutely hilarious. And as I've gotten older, I really appreciate the humor even more.
Oh, dude, we don't do that shit no more. They're gonna come out with scary. Here's my thing: Scary Movie 6 better fucking bring it to the table, man, because we need some more satire.
Yeah. Definitely,
guys. This world needs more laughter. It's like we try to keep the tone on our show pretty light and fun, but I gotta tell you, man, yeah. So my number four. Number four is going to be I guess you would say doesn't have a whole lot of dialogue, fucking scary as shit. but it's going to be Marlowe from 30 Days of Night, and he is played by Danny Houston. Dude, or Huston or Houston. He was in Yellowstone. He was like season 1 and season 2. He plays he plays like the real estate guy.
Yep.
But that's Danny. So Danny plays Marlowe in 30 Days. 30 Days of Night was fucking scary.
It was.
It was great. Great vampire movie. Love it. I know that it's in my top 5 vampire movies because it's so violent and just the way they look. They're so brutal and primal. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's number 4 for me. Who's number 4 for you? Who you got?
Man, so I'm going back, still going comedy wise. A lot of people kind of shitted on this movie a lot too. It's one of those. But I loved Renfield.
Renfield was great, man.
Cool,
so are you
clever,
going?
So Nicolas Cage.
The fucking
the Cage, bro.
Yes.
I mean,
I want to do. We should just do a whole episode dedicated to Nicolas Cage in horror because Mandy, he's done so many horror movies. He loves them. Yeah, The Wicker Man, all these crazy shit.
All kinds of cool.
Yeah. But he was fantastic in that as Dracula, man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that movie so much. But why'd you enjoy it? I mean, like,
I just enjoyed the like bringing back horror to comedy in a way where it's just fun. Like, and also there was a lot of like blood and like kind of like grotesque kind of stuff going in on it, right? But I just love that. I love the extreme horror, almost like that Terrifier kind of.
Lots of blood, like it's fucking kill.
Yeah, over the top.
The can't be over the top stuff, and then Nick Cage just. He goes full Nick Cage's Dracula.
Yes, man.
It's like when he rises up. I think when they called him, because I think he was like, yo, I'm going to model this after, Bela Lugosi and be this guy right here, on my shirt. And then he's like, and then I'm going to cage it up a little bit. Right. You know what I mean? That's like, and so, that's a great one. All right, man. My third. This is where I get into like the big time, the goat. Like I've got my second. My second is like a personal favorite, but this the third one it's fucking Tom Cruise as Lestat, dude.
I love that.
Tom Cruise as Lestat he is Lestat. Now I gotta tell you, the new actor, I don't know who his name is. I'd have to look that up. That plays Lestat in the series is pretty fucking good too. But Cruise in an Interview with a Vampire, and I'm gonna tell a little story behind this one. Okay. So again, I told you I was a big Interview with a Vampire fan. Right. And so when I was 20, I had to be 20. See, Tiff was 21. So I'm talking about my ex-girlfriend, Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. How you doing out there? I know you hate me. Anyway, no, she doesn't hate me, I don't think. But I think, we were young and in love. She was my high school sweetheart that did not end well because I was a fucking idiot. But we got to go to New Orleans together, right? Because I was a huge Interview with a Vampire fan. Okay. And we got to go to see Anne Rice's house.
Oh,
and then we got to meet her, and then she signed an autograph for us.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It's a crazy story, but we were there and we were doing a garden district tour, and it's a walking tour, and it was raining and there was nobody. So the tour guy was like, well, do you guys still want to go? And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Yeah. He gave us some umbrellas when we walked. It was actually really nice because it was a little muggy. It's New Orleans, but then we walked up to the house, and lo and behold, there was a limo for the house. I have a picture of it, of us in front of her limo with her, and then she came out and she signed an autograph for us. And it was woman was kindest people Anne Rice was. She was awesome. Thank you, Anne. R.I.P. to you. But yeah, man, back to Tom Cruise. He's so fucking vicious in that, dude.
Yes,
it's like.
Yes. I love his demeanor in it. It's super. What I love, he's so well rounded. He plays that character.
Oh yeah. Well,
top
and
notch.
It's kind of like what we said about Nick Cage. Tom Cruise goes full Tom Cruise.
True.
True. There's these actors. I mean, you got to look at your Nicolas Cage, your Tom Cruise. Anybody that's kind of that goes all in on
like
a
Johnny
role.
Depp.
Yeah. Anybody that loves it's just it's crazy to see that Tom Cruise, because he did The Mummy too, which I didn't think The Mummy was bad.
No,
I didn't think I was
appreciated the different direction.
Yeah,
a little bit too,
I was hoping they were going to do the MonsterVerse with him because I knew what they were planning on doing, but that was just a weird time in film too, and the horror genre they didn't really want action like the action horror sequence to go on, but I liked it how they kind of tied in Jekyll and Hyde. They tied in the mummy. They tied in, and they were going to tie in all these other things with it. I guess Dracula was going to come in. I heard that Universal was planning on that Dracula Untold. Or it's the one with the story about Dracula. I love that movie too.
Which, by the way, I was gonna say,
it didn't make my list, but I fucking love that movie.
I mean, it's definitely my top 10.
Right, like when he's battling the armies and all that shit.
Freaking awesome.
Anyway, there's so many great vampire movies, but the ones that stuck with me, obviously, Interview was one of them, and then you have Brad Pitt, and Kirsten Dunst and Antonio Banderas. The fucking stacked cast, dude. Stacked cast. That was crazy. Yeah.
Anybody better.
Right.
And everybody played their characters so incredibly well.
Oh my God! And Kirsten Dunst, dude, I love that girl more than anything. I had the biggest crush on her when I was young.
When I was a kid.
After Bring It On and all that shit, I was like, dude. But she was, I mean, when she did Interview, I think she was like 8 or 9,
She was
and
very young.
I was in high school when I saw that. So it was.
She played such a role in that. I mean, for as young as she was.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like crazy.
Well,
crazy
it's
talented.
like Chloe Day Moritz in what was the one with her and De Niro? Wasn't she a vampire? No, not a vampire in that one. There was the one where she was with the little boy. Anyway, there's just some of these, and Abigail, that recent one, that's a good one too. If you're looking for kid vampires, it's. Anyway, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you get to your third one.
So my third one,
I'm gonna look that up.
Ironically, we already mentioned it a little bit. Queen of the Damned. I always love strong female leads.
You're not doing females yet, man. We're doing males.
All males.
All males. Yeah, you got to do top 5 females and then top 5 males.
Okay.
Did you screw this up?
I did.
Okay,
I did
that's okay. That's okay. Hold off then. Do you have another male vampire that you want to throw in there real quick? Because now.
Well,
come on, think about it. Think about it.
Okay. Well, in that instance, I'll shift gears here a little bit. I do love the way that I can't remember the actor's name, but we also just mentioned it.
Hit me up with it.
Was Dracula Untold? I love the way that he approached that character. As well.
Yeah, he was a badass dude. So Dracula Untold, that is. God, hold on, I'm gonna pull it up.
I always forget his name.
Luke Evans.
Thank you.
It's Luke Evans. Yeah, he played Great Dracula. That was that was kind of an action movie too.
It was.
It was like action horror, which I love action horror because that's what Killing is going to be. But
right?
All right. But, that movie was cool. But go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say I love any role I've ever seen him in. He does a really good job. It's just I just admire him as an actor personally. And then just to take on a role like that was a little out of the norm for him in terms of a lot of movies he's done, right? So it's just like very impressed by that. And also I love the fact that they kind of took, the Vlad the Impaler direction of it,
Yeah, they made him a kind of a good guy though.
That's
and
true.
Vlad's not a good guy, dude.
No,
he
fucking was not.
That dude was crazier than shit. Like the real story of him, he like fucking spiked his enemies' fucking heads on spikes, and you'd walk to his kingdom. I don't know how much of that was true or not. I mean, it's thousands of years ago, hundreds of years ago, or whatever. Yeah, but anyway, I love Luke Evans. Well, my second one, dude, is I didn't bring my hat, but I gotta tell you, man, this is something that I would really like to have these guys on because I know some of them still exist. But my third one is, and I don't know how to say this guy's last name, and I hope I'm not butchering it because I am the butcher of names, guys. If you are killing things, I'm the butcher of names. So it's going to be, his name was Duncan Regger, and he played Dracula in Monster Squad.
That's right.
Fucking Monster Squad, dude. I got to tell you right now. Still in my top 10 horror movies of all time.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
It is so nostalgic to the kids my age.
Yeah.
So I'm 49. I know you're. Are you 40 yet?
40.
Yeah. So when that came out, I mean, it was like the Goonies with monsters, right?
Right.
And that Dracula is so fucking scary, dude. But he just like stuck with me because they gave him a lot of cool dialogue. He was always kind of like just like creeping up on you. And then the 3 wives and that and all. You know where I'm going with this. It was just like But as a kid, I mean, and I'm going to give you some honorable mentions right now. As a kid, Lost Boys, and I'll get into a little bit of that later. But then Fright Night, like we just talked about, those were 2 movies, vampire movies from our generation that were fucking, dude. It was just like, that's when vampires. I'm sorry, we touched on this earlier, but that's when vampires were scary. Yeah. And I'm not trying to shit on the Twilight and Vampire Diaries and whatever. Yeah. I get the teen rom-com stuff, and I get how vampires. It's easy to write stories about them being passionate lovers because of the Dracula story or whatever. But back, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So then, do you have another? Do you have a 2?
Yes, I have a number 2.
Okay.
So again, going back into that corny nature of things a little bit here, guys, but I love Vampire in Brooklyn.
Oh my God, Eddie Murphy! Hell yes, dude.
It was so funny just to hear him do this like kind of weird, like wannabe, like not really English accent, not really American accent, like just a vampire accent, I guess.
Yeah, that was with Angela Bassett too. Yeah, that was a fantastic movie. I love Vampire in Brooklyn because it's violent also, and it's got Dwayne Wayne. I don't know who that actor is. You know what I'm talking about from Different World. Yeah, he's the guy that flipped up the glasses back in the day. Right. But yeah, it's got a lot of fun actors in it. But Eddie Murphy. Come on, dude. I mean, I love that. Here's my thing with creative decisions with actors. It's like, they went to Eddie and they're like, I don't know who wrote it, but they're like, listen, dude. Or he went to somebody and said, I want to do a fucking horror movie and I want to be a vampire. Exactly. With a Jerry curl. Yeah. Because he has that long Jerry curl.
It's like almost
He's got the soul glow.
I mean, for real. Soul glow.
It's like he went from Coming to America and he borrowed some of that soul glow and he hit the vampire from Brooklyn, Oh, but that was a great movie. I love that. It was awesome. All right, man. I'm gonna hit up. I gotta tell you, because I think our number 1 may be the same. Okay, because I mean, I know my number 1, and it's the fucking best vampire. I mean, it's my number 1 movie too, and I'm just gonna go ahead and ruin it. But my number 1 male vampire is Gary Oldman, fucking Dracula. He's the best. He's the fucking GOAT. He owns Dracula. I know, and I even put this in my notes. Bela Lugosi, R.I.P. to him too. He was the OG. He's the original, but if we are embracing a vampire that is scary, that is beautiful, that is just fucking all around Dracula, it's fucking Gary Oldman in Bram Stoker's Dracula, Francis Ford Coppola. I am telling you right now, that movie is the best vampire movie of all time. And there are some scenes in that where Gary just goes off and they let Gary, it's kind of like Nick Cage, kind of like Tom Cruise. Right. You let these actors go. Yes. And he embodies Dracula. He fucking is Dracula. Yes. Gary Oldman is one of my top 5 favorite actors of all time. I would love to interview Gary at some point. Yeah, that would be fucking amazing. Awesome. It probably never happened in our lifetime. But Gary, if you're watching Creative Kill, which I know you're not, please, we'd love to have you on the show.
But shout
out Gary Oldman. Yeah. Fuck, dude. My second favorite character he's ever played is Drexel from True Romance. That drug dealer, he's like, you don't want some Chinese food? Right. But he kind of has that same voice as Dracula. He's like, I want to suck. But and then you got stacked cast too. But we're gonna get into that later, okay? But Gary Oldman is my ultimate Dracula. Who's yours?
I couldn't agree more. I was just gonna say the reason. Being
okay, so you're Gary Oldman too, right?
I love
number
Gary
one.
Number 1. And now, don't get me wrong. There are other vampires out there that I like from a different standpoint.
You're right.
But as far as acting and
he's the GOAT,
dude.
You
called him beautiful in it. The way they did his makeup, his mannerisms, everything, he Hannibal Lectered the crap out of that role. I mean, he's our Dracula. Yeah. It's kind of like agreed. Robert Englund being Freddy Krueger. Yes. And we've had a lot of Jasons, but and a lot of Michael Myers. Those are easy because they got a mask. Right. What I'm saying is developing a character and him coming in, because I'm going to throw out somebody, a friend of mine. Her name is Amanda. Anyway, Amanda Albertus and we dated a little bit, but we became friends in high school. And she was in love with Gary Oldman's Dracula. I have never met a girl. I know a lot of women
that are like, holy shit. Like when he's in the top hat and when he comes over to America and he's got the fucking long black hair and he's just like, he looks like a pimp.
Yeah.
He's looking for his wife, you know, and Winona Ryder. Then you have Keanu and but we'll get into that here in a minute. But I'm glad you said that. I mean, that is great, dude.
Well, I got introduced to Gary from The Professional.
Yeah. Leon the Professional or whatever it is. Yeah.
So, you know, seeing him play that, like, kind of like crazy.
He goes Gary Oldman,
coked
dude.
out, like, kind of druggy cop, like. He's all over the place, but so well controlled. And then to go see him do that, then go to be Dracula, I was so impressed. And when I was younger, I was just like, dang, I was like, this dude's got range.
For sure, 100%, man. Yeah. He is fantastic. Yeah. So then now we are going to, and I don't know if you prepped for 5, but we've got our 5 top female vampires. So I'll let you look up some other ones if you need to. But I'm going to start with my number 5 for me.
Okay.
Number 5 is the vampire action drama horror, but I've got to go with Kate Beckinsale from fucking Underworld, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is I've got to tell you my Underworld story. So, I when I heard the announcement, and I don't remember when that movie came out, but it was in the early 2000s, I think. I told my dad and my stepmom and my sister at the time, I was like, guys, this movie Underworld is coming out. We have to go see it. Yeah. And they were like, no, we're good. We're going to let you and your dad go see that. I was like, no, I want everybody to go. They all hated it. I loved it. I love Underworld. I love the Underworld series. I love all of them. I know a lot of people don't. They don't like the last one or last 3. I think there's 3 and 4. Yeah. I like all of them. I think that they're creative. I think that the vampire versus werewolf, I love that dynamic. I've always loved that dynamic because in folklore, in horror lore, they do not like each other. Right. They're absolute enemies. Yep. And they create that whole world, the underworld, I guess you would say. Yeah. And not gonna lie, Kate Beckinsale is hot as fuck in that movie and that show. Like the patent leather, dude. It gets over. It's kind of they kind of took a fucking thing from The Matrix. I think it's
definitely took a page. I mean, the whole, how can I say, the way they filmed it was so dark like that.
Yeah, no, that's
and then all the leather. And the
patent
and then the action.
Yeah, it looks. It's very S&M, dude. Very S&M. Very
loved it. Absolutely loved it. I'm the same way. I know people really did shit on it a lot.
But then they came in. It was like Underworld, the next one, where the big vampire with the fucking bat wings and stuff, and then you had his brother that played, who was the werewolf, and then we get down to the Corvinus's and how the whole like.
Well, I love the backstory, the history.
Yeah. And then the third one was Rise of the Lycans, and that was with. I forget homeboy, but that was Kate Beckinsale's husband. Did you know that, by the way?
No.
Yeah, that's her husband. That's her ex-husband. I forget his name, but he's in a ton of stuff. British actor. Yes. Yeah, he's fantastic too.
Such a different role for him, by the way.
Yeah, Lucian. Yeah. Or Lucian. I think that's his name. But the Rise of the Lycans, I fucking love that movie too. That was really cool. But it was not Kate Beckinsale's character. Remember, they had another character, and then I guess at the end they introduced her, and then that fourth one. Okay. I don't even Bloodlines or something. I don't remember that. But I think that when you get we've talked about this with sequels, you know, it's like you get to that point where things start jumping the shark, and that fourth one, it was a little, but it was entertaining. I enjoyed it.
I still liked all of them. No complaints.
All right, so who's your fifth female vampire?
Well, you're gonna have to help me butcher her name. I'm just gonna take on the role of butchering it.
Yeah, the butcher.
The butcher. Mila
Jovovich. Yes.
Ultraviolet.
Oh yeah, I love her, man. She's fucking great.
For me, that was like basically like a female Blade.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And I know the movie was like really far fetched. The graphics were all over the place, to be honest. But at the same time, I really liked it.
Yeah, I love Ultraviolet. It's cool. Yeah. Mila was actually here in New Mexico. I think shooting, I forget what it was.
Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Oh man.
Well, I know Michelle Desmond, one of our actors, was her stand-in. Yes. So she was, and I guess Mila was really nice, and so that's great. But okay, so now I'm going Kid Vampire for my number 4. So my number 4 female vampire, give credit where credit due. It is going to be, and I hope I don't. It's Alicia Weir is her name, and she was the star of Abigail.
Okay.
Did you see Abigail?
No.
Oh my God, you got to watch Abigail, dude. It is brutal. She plays like the daughter of Dracula. And they go to kidnap her. They do kidnap her, and shit goes bad for the kidnappers. You know what I'm saying? They're trapped in this big fucking house, and it gets really, really bad. I won't ruin things for you, but that little girl kills it, man. When you watch that movie, you're like, holy fuck, because it's kind of the first Megan I liked, but it's one of these. We're gonna do like a kid horror episode. Maybe I'll let Charlie watch all the kid horror movies and we bring her in and have her be like, Dad, what did you make me watch? No, but Abigail, Charlotte saw that with me. She, and I told her, I was like, but I gotta tell you, the kids now are so desensitized to a lot of this stuff. They're just like, okay, whatever, but
it would have scared the crap out of you and I as a kid.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what I mean?
Oh
like
yeah,
nightmare status.
Yeah. So, but that's my number 4. Who's yours?
Mine's gonna be Christy Swanson.
Christy Swanson?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
she's the hunter, vampire hunter. That's Buffy, but
well, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, okay, but
not the actual vampire itself.
But you like her for a female vampire movie. I'll give you that.
I just do.
He didn't prep well, guys.
Yeah.
He screwed up with the format sheet, which I've done it before too. So we do it all the time because we're a bunch of potheads and we have jobs and so stuff like that. But yeah, no, I love. She was here in Albuquerque. I got a chance to meet Christy. She was a nice person. She was here at Albuquerque Comic Con, I think 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and I stopped by her booth just to say hi. I often don't pay for photo ops from other actors because we're actors. I hope I tell them like, hey, we're SAG together, we're actors, and I'm broke as fuck, and I can't fucking afford $100 picture with you. But would you mind just talking to me for a little bit? And they usually do, just talking industry chop shop stuff. But yeah, I know. Paul Rubens was in that. That was wasn't Luke Perry in that too? Was that Luke Perry?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was well, my third, going back to what we do in the shadows. All right. So again, you don't know, and I'm going to probably butcher this, her name too, but it's Natasha Demetriou, and she plays Natasha in What We Do in the Shadows. Or sorry, she plays Naja in What We Do in the Shadows. Dude, please watch this series for me, because if you there's a movie called What We Did in the Shadows, and then there's the series.
Okay.
Watch them both.
Okay.
They're fucking hilarious. Okay. You will,
right.
Dude, you and Wendy smoke a little pot. Watch this. It is so satirical because it's like vampires having to live in the days. I mean, they always come out at night and stuff like that, but it's like, it's always something comedic that happens, and then there's cameos made by like Wesley Snipes as Blade, Alexander Skarsgård as the guy from True Blood. Okay. He has all these, Tilda Swinton. They all do, and this is produced by, what's his name? He did Thor Ragnarok. And he's the New Zealand guy. He did Free Guy. Anyway, that's his. Okay, it's like the Flight of the Conchords guys. There's the ones that do the What We Do in the Shadows. Okay. But it's so funny. But she's awesome, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a little crush on her too, because she is hot as fuck, and she is hilarious. And those two things for me, I've always said this is like, I enjoy a good-looking woman, but if she has some humor and she's dry and like behind it, I have to, in order to be with me, and I've been single for a while, you have to have a sense of humor, right. And I feel like her character in that, she's kind of dry humor, but she's always just like fucking, she's a little bitchy. But she's everything that comes out of her mouth is hilarious, and she kills a lot of people. Right. That's awesome. Right. Anyway, so you want to give me your third if you've got one?
That one still, we touched back on it earlier. It's still my third is Aaliyah in Queen of the Damned, man.
So Akasha.
Yeah.
Akasha. Fuck yes, dude.
I mean, that when it came out, I just loved the way that they filmed it. I had a little crush on Aaliyah at the time.
We all did.
You know what I mean? Like, who didn't? And it was just a cool movie. It was just, I loved it.
Yeah, I know. Dude. Okay, well, we're gonna get back into it because she's my number one. Anyway, and so my second, real quick, I'm gonna get, since that was your third, because we'll touch on Aaliyah again. Like I just said, she's my number one.
Yeah.
My second, we're gonna go back to Bram Stoker's Dracula. It is Her name is Sadie Frost, and she plays Lucy. Remember, she's the one who gets bit by Dracula. He's like banging her as a werewolf out in the fucking on the cemetery, and then she's just like. But it's the whole demeanor of her being one of Dracula's wives, right? That's just like she's so crazy looking. And it's scary. It's frightening, dude. When you look at her, you're just like, oh my God. And then when they have to fucking stake her and stuff with Hopkins and Reeves and all those guys. Wasn't that Bill Pullman? Yeah, Bill Pullman was in. Was that Bill Pullman?
I think so.
No, that wasn't Bill Pullman. There's another actor in there who plays a cowboy or whatever, but it's kind of like Dracula Dead loving it,
right,
you know?
Right, yeah.
But yeah, Lucy is a pivotal character in the Bram Stoker Dracula novel. Her character is what helps vampire lore as far as female vampires, but then so that's my number 2
So my number 2 is honestly just based off her beauty alone. Is really what I'm basing this off of, guys.
That's awesome.
So it's very shallow. Man,
this is a dude. Yeah, this is a dude. This is dude. Two dudes talking about female vampires, guys. So get ready.
But it was Selma from Dusk Till Dawn.
Hell yes,
Hayek, man. The vampire stripper. I mean, that
fucking
scene is
yes.
awesome.
Oh my God. Thank you, Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino for making that happen in our lives as young men.
I mean, seriously.
Well, because I tell everybody this, my last 2 long-term relationships were with Latinas, and I gotta tell you, she's the reason why I fell in love with Latino women. I love Latino women, and she is, dude. Yes,
bombshell.
Fucking yeah, and then at the titty twister, the fucking titty bar. Somebody did an AI. I gotta tell you real quick. Somebody did an AI video the other day of Edward from fucking Twilight walking into the titty twister, and he walks in, and everybody's looking at him like, you know, if I can find it, I'll put it up here between us. Okay. But dude, it's pretty hysterical. Actually, we can't do that because we can't steal intellectual property. But yeah. It's a hold on one second here. I'm checking my calendar on something. I apologize. It's that I loved it From Dusk Till Dawn. Yeah. From Dusk Till Dawn is a great vampire movie. Yeah. It didn't even you know what, man? It didn't even register with me. There's so many good vampire flicks. And that one did. I would have used that one too, man. I'm not gonna be honest with you.
I mean, I saw it at just the right age where it's just like, oh wow, this is what a woman looks like.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
And it's just like, Jesus Christ, like.
Yeah, you know, Tarantino with his foot fetish. He's got a fucking. She puts that foot in his mouth.
Right,
yeah,
that's
and
right.
he's
Hilarious.
like, he's. I can only imagine. I would really like to talk to Robert Rodriguez and be like, so how did that scene get like pitched? Right. Like, was it Quentin going, okay, so I'm going to play Quentin Tarantino. All right, here we go, guys.
Right.
Yeah, he's like, all right, Robert, here's the thing. We got Selma. She's really fucking great. We know she's great. But her foot needs to be in my mouth. Somewhere in this. And then you have Selma Hayek going, oh, Robert, I don't know if I want to do that. And he's like, fucking Quentin's the one helping us make this thing. So, you know, I'm not shitting on Tarantino. I love Tarantino. Right. I think that him and his idea, like when he jumps on podcasts, I think he said he needs to shut his fucking mouth sometimes because he talks shit about some actors that are fucking badass. Right. And I get it. He's an opinionated director, and he's probably the goat of, you know, his style of films and stuff. But he just kind of pissed me off with that Paul Dano thing, you know. Anyway, I'll go back to that. But yeah, no, she was okay. We're gonna put her as that. I don't know, man, because Aaliyah's pretty hot too. It was like her and Aaliyah. Like if we could get them,
a battle.
Hey, AI guys, there you go. Right there. Right. I'm just throwing that out there. Right. I'm not suggesting it, but
I love Aaliyah, but I think
if we're gonna do like a crossover, come on,
you know,
yeah, Akasha and Selma Hayek's character.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm glad you brought that up because I fucking totally forgot about that. Man, that was awesome. Yeah, that was great. Yeah. Okay, well, my number 1 is Aaliyah, is Akasha. Okay. I really feel like she embodied that character so well.
She did.
I know that. Rest in peace, Leah. I loved her music. I loved Romeo Must Die. That was one of my favorite movies growing up with Jet Li and stuff like that. That was really cool.
Awesome movie.
Yeah, Anthony Anderson was in that too and stuff.
he
But
was.
going back to Queen of the Damned.
In his big days.
Yeah,
my
but
big boy
dude, I'm gonna show this clip right here of her dancing, Aaliyah, where she's just doing the like and then she starts killing all the vampires in the vampire bar, like
Right.
It's like it just shows the power of Akasha, and she was the queen of all the vampires, right? And then at the end, obviously, when they all kind of surround her and they're biting her, and she turns everybody stone and all that shit. But she was creepy to me because she talked like a vampire too. She was like. You know,
she really committed to that character. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at her acting in Romeo Must Die versus that, it's like night and day.
Oh fuck yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like she.
Well, she was just starting out. Romeo Must Die.
This
That
is
was.
true.
I mean, I've got to give rest in peace to Leah. I love
Yeah,
her. I loved her
loved her.
music. Like I said,
Yes.
she was one of our generation's, talented singers.
Yeah.
You know, she died way before her time,
Way
but
too young.
she almost has. I got to tell you real quick. We're go back to the Queen of the Damned. You're gonna laugh when I tell you this. Do you think her bra in that looks like the Princess Leia bra, like from Return of the Jedi?
I can see that.
Yeah, she's got kind of that fucking Return of the Jedi vibe, right? Like the slave Leia, you know, and she's like sitting there and fucking. Yeah,
so.
but then the way she moves her body,
and she contorts herself in just these ways.
I
where
know, like-
it's like, damn.
and then when she just looks at you with the teeth, the big teeth exposed, I'm like, God damn, she was a badass vampire.
She was.
I
She
love,
really was.
yeah. So R.I.P. Aaliyah. That was my number one. Do you want me to throw out a number?
So my number one actually is, I think, was your number 5. Actually, now if I'm thinking about it, was Kate Beckinsale.
Okay, back still. So
And Underworld. Now,
Yeah.
the reason being is because I love me action-based vampire movies.
right,
That's
right.
my like theme, guys.
yeah. No, you're
I-
the action
yeah,
guy. I know
yeah,
you are. That's
yeah.
the reason why
And-
we love you in the
yeah.
show. So
And I just love the fact that like I feel like she took on that role physically in a way where, you know, she really hardened her body up for it in terms of just learning martial arts, weapons training, and everything like that. I just love the whole concept. of
yeah,
it.
she's fantastic in that. So all right, now we are going to go to our here we go, our top 5 vampire films of all time. And we've already kind of talked about some of them, but we're going to get into some of them. Okay.
So true.
So my 5th one is going to be something from 1987. It was The Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys.
I
thought this was going to come up in your top.
Yeah,
5.
that movie was such a generational. Like
Very
if you're
much
an
so.
'80s kid, that screams '80s all over it.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
You've got you're in Santa Cruz. You know, the boardwalk. You've got the saxophone player with the shirt off. You know, dude, I constantly reference that memes and that clips, and that guy still performs. He still performs that shit at like comic horror cons. So
awesome.
we're gonna make a circuit this year. Ben and I are gonna do a little traveling and, and hit some grassroots. We're gonna do some shows at some horror conventions. So we're hoping to maybe run into that guy at some point. But you have. Dude, you have Jason Patrick, you have Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, the two Coreys, you have Kiefer Sutherland, you have the guy from Bill and Ted.
It was such a stat cast, and at the same time, like it makes my top 10. It didn't make my top 5, but I had a feeling I was like, he's got to bring this up.
Yeah. So one of the scenes from that film, obviously, is that really freaked us out as kids. Is the scene where he's David sitting and he's eating Chinese food.
Yep.
And he's like, "How are those maggots, Michael?" You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? And then it's just it pans down. You're at a close-up shot of the Chinese food, and you see the maggots swim around. And he's like, "Ah," and he's like, "How do you like the worms or whatever?" And then he drinks the blood, and he becomes the vampire. And at the end, but I watched this clip the other day on Instagram, and I wish I could find it for you. This guy was like, kind of okay. So they did make some sequels to The Lost Boys. They were fucking not good. They were not. Good. You're not missing out on anything. And I guess there was a series of comics that may have came out afterwards. It started the Frog Brothers, which was the Corey Haim's character or Corey Feldman's character with his brother, but they were talking about this guy was like, man, he was like, do you remember the grandpa touching on? Yes. At the end, he was like, "Yeah, Santa Cruz has always been filled with vampires, but he's like, he's like, if they took that universe, if they would have taken that universe back in the 80s and then they would have done more with it, like, you could have brought David back at some point in time. That would have been really cool. I think it would still be cool if, if they bring him back. If they ever did like a Lost Boys reboot, and they said that there was all these teasers online that was going to happen. But if they ever did like a reboot or a sequel to it, it would be really cool if they bring David back with a bunch of younger actors now.
Right.
And you could still bring back Feldman. I mean, he's a little whacked out right now. I mean, it's Corey Feldman.
Right.
But I think he could probably do something with the Frog Brothers.
Right.
But then but if you bring David back and then you have these like a newer generation, but you got to make it. The thing is about Lost Boys is the 80s feel. You can't take that away from the filmmaking process of the 1980s, because that's when shit was actually shot on film.
Yep.
And it's a fantastic vampire movie. So what is your number 5? Let's jump to yours.
So my number 5 is Vampire in Brooklyn, guys.
Vampire in Brooklyn is his number 5, right? Black History Month.
I know,
I'm just
true,
kidding,
true.
dude. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, no.
It was between Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah,
and Vampire in Brooklyn,
yeah.
I mean, both like 90s movies, because I'm more of a 90s.
He's a
kid,
90s
right?
kid. I'm an 80s kid. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
We
saw
got
the
about
Lost
8 years,
Boys.
9 years between us.
Right.
So.
I saw the Lost Boys as a result of watching 90s, vampire movies in the 90s or whatever.
Right,
and that's what led me
right.
back down the timeline. But I just love Eddie Murphy in that role. Really.
Eddie Murphy's hysterical in
Yeah.
that. Well, my number 4, we already touched on it too, is going to be 30 Days of Night. 30 Days of Night was a revolutionary vampire film.
It was. It's like the 28 days of vampire.
Well, that's when also films started adapting graphic novels.
Right.
So you had like History of Violence, V for Vendetta, all these cool like single books. They were comics. When they say graphic novel, it's a comic, but it's a long comic.
Sin City.
Stuff like
Sin
that.
City came later. But
Well, but it's when we started adapting all these. They started writing screenplays based on comic books.
Right.
So some of them were good, some of them were bad,
Right.
and I got to tell you that this 30 Days of Night fucking killed it.
Yep.
You have Josh Hartnett, you have the gentleman I just talked about earlier, Danny Houston.
Right.
I don't really know. It was a cast. It was the one cool thing about horror, and I was talking to about with another horror creator, another filmmaker, is that the good thing about horror is it really doesn't need a big lead, like a star. Like it'd be great if it has a star, but it really, like, if you have a really cool cast, and in that it's obviously about Alaska.
Yep.
And when the sun goes down, it does not come back up.
Yep.
And those fucking vampires go in and feed on everybody in the town. And the ending of that, you've seen the ending of it. Okay, good. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett turns himself into a fucking vampire and goes off on those motherfuckers.
Right.
It is badass. Yeah. So, and I got to tell you, man, there was a series on Showtime too. If you ever get a chance to watch it, it's on Paramount Plus, but it's called Penny Dreadful. And Josh Hartnett plays a werewolf in that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
he plays the
Okay.
Wolfman in that.
Okay, very cool.
That's a really, really cool. This is me getting into my geekness because, I gotta kind of explain. Ben knows horror, but he knows more science fiction-y stuff
Yeah,
like that.
I'm the
He doesn't
sci-fi
watch
nerd. Yeah.
That's the reason why we are a diverse group of guys, because you when we did the Predator episode, you threw shit out. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I was like, I can't believe you know this much about Predator. It's kind of like vampires. Monster creature features is my shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I love that. So Penny Dreadful, Josh Hartnett, but he plays a really cool vampire. And the thing I like about the vampires also in 30 Days of Night is their eyes are black.
Yes.
It's whenever they black out the eyes in a horror movie, it makes it so much more intense because
So
you lose the human factor.
Yeah, that's part of what scared me so much watching
Right.
that movie. Because guys, like, I'm kind of a wuss when it comes to horror in terms of like scare tactics. This guy can sit through that stuff all day long.
Dude, it's funny.
Me, like,
it is
I have-
funny.
I have
he's
nightmares.
this guy too. Like sometimes.
Exactly. I'm just
Yeah,
like, I have
no.
to see it, but I don't want to
Yeah.
some degree.
By the way, this guy's 6'3" and weighs like 250 pounds and can
Yeah.
crush all of us.
It's
It's funny because you have a little you Royal's the same way. And I'm not trying to make this a race
Yeah, we're
thing,
not
but it
knocking-
just
yeah.
it's just like our two black hosts. They're kind of and then you have me and Wolf who are just kind of like Yeah, okay. Like,
right.
but back to 30 days, and then I think it was being in that remote town in Alaska because there's a lot of snow.
Yes.
And with blood and snow, it looks fucking fantastic
It
on
does.
film,
It
dude.
does, man.
Because
It
blood
pops.
is it pops,
It
baby.
does,
Yeah.
man.
So that was okay. Well, I'm gonna go to my number 3, and you're gonna love my number 3 because I gotta tell you, man, it's from this last year, and it's nominated for an Academy Award right now, and I hope it fucking gets it because it's a quality vampire film, but it's Sinners.
Yep.
My
There you
third
go.
is Sinners.
There we go.
I have
There we
fell
go.
in love with Sinners so
I
much.
mean-
And hey, if we were doing a top 10 vampires, Remy would be in there, and so would Michael B. Jordan for me. They played really great vampires.
Right.
Yeah, Remy, that Irish actor, that fucking
Yes.
guy kills it. Man.
Kills it.
Fucking kills it.
Loves
Sinners is so good.
Well-rounded.
Yeah,
Jesus
and
Christ,
it's
guys.
culturally appropriate.
Yep.
It's and if you guys haven't seen it, and I'm not going to try to ruin anything. I'm not trying to give away stuff that's pretty new because I know a lot of people haven't seen Sinners, but I think it's. Man, I got to tell you, between it and Hamnet and One Battle After Another, it's those three that are going to get, one of them is going to get Best Picture.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
I hope it's Sinners. We deserve in the horror genre, Ryan Coogler deserves Best Director,
Yes.
even though Paul Thomas Anderson will probably fucking get it. And then Ryan Coogler.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Coogler right now is the hottest director. I just posted this. He's rebooting the X-Files. I'm so fucking pumped about that.
cool.
I love Ryan Coogler.
it's
I
gonna be
love
so
his
cool.
film style.
Yeah.
I love that he's representing African American directors because there's not been a whole lot. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
That
True.
that jump into our genre.
Yes, I was just gonna say yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so he is where we've tried to, even on our show, we practice diversity. You know, we bring on anybody. We love it. Just as long as you love fucking horror.
Yeah.
We don't care if you're black, white, brown,
Right.
gay, straight,
Yeah.
whatever,
All-
trans. I don't give a shit.
Any
As
and
long,
all. Any and
just
all.
as you would just have to love horror
Yeah,
to come
that's
on
our
our show.
commonality.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and I got to tell you, man, what he did with the vampire lore of the vampire's got to be invited in.
Right.
Right? Okay. So I see these clips a lot, and I'm always like, these dumb motherfuckers. They're always letting these dumb bitches in the house.
Right.
You know,
Right.
now some of them are convincing. Vampires are convincing. They show up, they're hot, probably, number one. So
Right.
whether it's a
That
female
helps.
or a male,
Eye
they're
candy.
like, they're super eye candy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because everybody kind of has that goth fantasy. I'm sorry. Every man and every woman has thought about it. It's like you see a goth guy, like a rock star kind of hot goth guy.
Right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
Like your Stuart Townsend, and
Right.
or your these just Brandon Lee kind of looking from The Crow. You
Right,
know those women
right.
just juice all over themselves about that. And then we have our fucking vampire, Kate Beckinsale, Selma Hayek,
the damn-
you know, stuff like that.
yeah.
Selma Hayek shows up to my house and says, "Hey, can I come in?" And she's a vampire. I'm like, "Well, looks like I'm gonna become a vampire." You know what I mean?
Goodbye daylight forever.
Yeah, goodbye. Can we watch the sun? Like in Brad Pitt, can we watch it go down one more time?
One more time. Una mas.
Yeah. Let me go say bye to a couple of people, and then I can say hi to them again at night when I get into their house and I eat them.
Right.
No, but yeah, no, that's Sinner's like the barn. They're sitting there, and it's just like. And then at the end, you know, the little Asian lady, she kind of just breaks down because she's having this crisis, which is totally understandable because they basically say, we're going to go eat your fucking kid.
Yeah.
You know, and she's just like, you know, and then shit pops off and it gets really crazy. But yeah, that's my third. So Sinners, and by the way, I want to shout this out. Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, that whole cast, congratulations.
Yes.
That was a fantastic
Well-deserved.
fucking movie this
Such a
year.
good movie.
I think between that, Weapons, and Bring Her Back, those are my three favorite horror movies. I've said it this year, but Sinners is my number one for 2024. It's not my favorite vampire film of all time, but I got to tell you, it's definitely in my top three. So go ahead.
Yeah, same here.
Go
So,
for
going back, I forgot to touch that. Queen of the Dam is actually my fourth favorite. Of
Okay,
all time.
okay,
Just
okay.
throwing that out
Okay,
there.
we go. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Did I skip you?
No, that's
Okay.
fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
because I kind of did that whole Buffy the Vampire. And,
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, it's Queen of the Dam definitely my top in my top five at number 4. Number 3 is From Dusk Till Dawn.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
I'm glad we get to talk about
I
this.
gotta
a
bring
little
it
bit
back because
fucking George Clooney,
like,
Quentin Tarantino,
so-
Cheech Marin,
I mean,
Danny Trejo.
seriously,
What's
like-
her name? Juliette Lewis.
Yes.
I don't. There was that weird little Asian kid in there. I don't know who he was, but he was good too. Harvey Keitel.
yes.
I mean, guys, it was fucking
such a good movie.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. I love, and especially just you know,
Dark Knight.
I mean, you
know,
I love
Dark Knight.
how what's his name in Tarantino are brothers in it, and how
Clooney.
And Clooney's kind of like this hardened badass kind of type, you know, and
The
just,
tattoo on the neck,
tattoo on the neck, like
fucking,
different role
the
for him.
suit jacket with the fucking wife beater
Yes,
underneath,
man.
looking so 90s and early 2000s. No, that's 2000s, like 2000, early 2000s.
Yes.
Just fucking pimping. He's kind of got the Caesar cut going, you know.
Right. And it's just a good look. Like
Clooney is a good. Like, obviously, he is the leading man of all leading men. You know, there's that, like, 5 guys. It's him, Brad Pitt, fucking Tom Cruise, Denzel, and,
right,
you know, whoever else you got out there. But he is that dude. That movie, the scene that my favorite. And we're gonna get back to. Sorry, guys. This is it's a two males in the show, but it's when they have all the vampire chicks lined up. In the fucking, it's like hot to ugly. Yeah. It's like here's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, it's cool. Yeah, but so that was a fantastic film. I loved it. Yeah, that's it. And my second, I've got to go. It's back to Interview with a Vampire. Okay. Yeah, Christian Slater. You have Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Kristen Dunst. We don't need to touch on that much more, but
that's great. Too great.
Yeah,
so great.
What's your number 2? Sinners is his number 2.
Number 2, man.
Number 2.
John told me to go see this movie, guys. I went and saw it and fell in love. Like,
oh yeah,
if it is what we needed in the horror community to bring us to the table in terms of like a seriousness. You know
like, the tone of it. I mean, obviously, it deals with the Jim Crow era of, and it's I think it's in Louisiana. That's where it's supposed to take place. But they shot it, I think, in Mississippi. I don't know where they shot. I gotta look that up. I haven't really done my backstory about Sinners yet, but that was a fantastic movie. And then number 1, Bram Stoker's Dracula for me. We just talked about it. Bram Stoker's Dracula is my number 1. And I love Bram Stoker's Dracula. And we're going to touch on some others after this, some honorable mentions I want to talk to Ben about. But what's your number 1, Ben?
Oh, man, guys, I'm going action. Blade.
I fucking knew it.
Blade.
I fucking knew it.
You know, it had all the elements that I loved growing up.
Dude, I'm glad we're going to get into a little Blade in this thing. Because
Wesley Snipes.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He came right out of that Simon Phoenix era and just right into Blade.
Hell yeah.
He put on some serious size for it. I love the aesthetic of the whole movie.
Yeah, Deacon Frost. I worked with old Stephen Dorff here in Albuquerque. I worked with him on Deputy. That's right. That's where I got my first stand-in gig, was on Deputy for Bo Jesse Christopher, who's in Fighting 66 with us. Shout out to Bo. Point Break. That's what. Sorry, Bo, but your nickname in our little circle is Point Break, because we have
day, brother.
Yeah, we have other Jessies, not Bo Jessies, but Bo Jesse Christopher. He was in that with him, so I got to do stand. I got to meet Steven. Steven was so kind. He was really great. Smokes a lot though. I think he was smoking like those verified blues, but then he'd go outside and smoke a lot of cigarettes. But I get it, because fucking Hollywood's Hollywood, so it's like.
A lot of hurry up and wait.
That was before Cinelise was redesigned too. It was that shitty studio. But back to Blade. So Blade is first of all, Blade is the savior of the Marvel Universe.
Yes, it is.
People don't realize this.
Yes, it is.
They sold the rights to Blade in order to keep Marvel going.
Right.
Because Marvel was not doing well in the 2000s.
About to go bankrupt.
Yeah, about to go fucking bankrupt, and they fucking brought in they were like, hey, we want to buy the rights to this guy Blade, and Blade is if you don't know who Blade is, Blade is a black vampire hunter who is a vampire.
Yep.
And Blade is a daywalker.
Yes.
And the daywalker means that he is half vampire, half human. And he can walk around during the day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
all their strengths, none of their weaknesses.
All their strengths, none of their weaknesses. One of my favorite Blade lines is he's like, some motherfuckers always or what does he say? He's like,
some motherfuckers always trying to ice
skate uphill. Yeah. Yeah, but his kills, I love me some Blade kills, dude.
Yes.
Blade kills are so good, man. Yeah. And I liked all the Blades. I even like Trinity, dude. I'm sorry, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked them for different reasons. I kind of felt like, a lot of people, again, kind of shitted on 2 and 3, but, in their own ways, they were great. They really were.
Yeah, that was it was such a revolutionary. And then you get, like, we're going to go, when we talk about Cage and we talk about Cruz and Wesley Snipes goes full Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
him and his martial arts and stuff like that. It's like Michael J. White or whatever. It's like you get these guys who actually know martial arts and then they get in there and the choreography in Blade, though, was revolutionary for us. And again, I feel like The Matrix kind of pulled a little from Blade and then Blade 2 kind of became a little Matrix-y too with
true.
that's when vampires were wearing a lot of patent leather.
Yes.
Like the Underworld and Blade. It's like
very
lots of like whips and
leather.
chains kind of stuff, So it was a.
You're not supposed to be able to move in leather like that, but for whatever reason, they can move flawlessly.
Right. It's a fantastic comic book movie, horror, and then they kept it bloody. Deacon Frost, great bad guy at the end of it. It's a fantastic. But that was gonna be like part of my honorable mention. I was gonna say. So there were some movies out there like Blade and then, Fright Night. That's one of my favorite. Even the remake with Colin Farrell. That was done here. That was in Rio Rancho. Did you know that? That was shot in Rio Rancho. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was and then I liked both of those because it was kind of a different twist with the old Fright Night. They kind of modernized it for the new one, but I love Colin Farrell and anything he does. I've always loved Colin. And then because he's a wild card too. He's kind of, I got to tell you, I relate a lot to Colin Farrell because early on in his career, he did have some he admits it, substance abuse issues. I've had the same thing, it's like, people get into dark times in their life. If you judge somebody, look at what Colin's doing now. That he's sober. And that's what I tell people now. I could have never done this show if I did not take a hold of, and I'm not sober, but I just dialed it back. I was going like at 95%, and I dialed it back to like 12. I think the last time I got drunk was with you. Like we went to wrestling, and then that lady hit my car, and then we stayed up over your house. But then we both passed out because we're old as fuck now. So it's like we stayed up to like 11 o'clock, guys. It was pretty
out
weak.
by 11:30.
Yeah, we've done some late night ones, but that night we were exhausted. But back to Blade. It was a. Like you said, action-packed. Then they kept the vampire lore with silver, stakes, sunlight. It's like, I like it when they keep the I guess you would say this, I don't know, superstition or like the ways to kill vampires and stuff like that. I don't like it when I'm just going to shit on it. I don't like the Twilight series. I've never liked it. I didn't like it. It wasn't my favorite. And it's for a different audience, right? Exactly. And so it's for that rom-com kind of
romanticized.
Yeah, Melissa Velasco writes those books, those teen rom-com stuff. Right. And I get what they're doing, with that, but it wasn't for me, but it would be pretty funny if Blade like showed up to kill Edward, like I've seen those memes too. It's like it shows Edward showing up, he's all twinkling, and then it's like shows Blade, and the fucking techno music starts playing. Right. And by the way, I know Rogan talked on it. He mentioned this on his show. But that fucking intro scene to Blade,
one of the
best.
Fucking
rave,
yes, with the blood rave.
The blood rave is fucking awesome.
I mean, seriously, just one of the best intro scenes. Not just in like vampire movies, but like in all movies, really.
Right.
It's like we kind of touched with the Predator movie in terms of that shooting scene. I can't think of a better shooting scene.
No. The intro, so, that cold open. It's like this opening of the film, and you get what is her? That's not Rebecca De Mornay. Hold on. No. Hold on, because I'm gonna think about it. But she's Tracy Lords.
Okay.
She was the former porn star.
Yeah.
Former adult actress. Sorry, I'm gonna call them adult actresses because we have Kinsey Taylor, who's an adult actress who works with us. To each his own. We don't care what anybody else does as long as they love horror. That's what we said. And Kinsey loves horror, and we love Kinsey. She's one of our good friends. She's coming on the show. She her dog passed away, and then she's been dealing with some issues moving from. A lot of people are getting out of LA, so she's moving. I think she's moving to Virginia. So she had just asked me. She was like, "Hey, can you give me a little time for this transition, and then I'll come on the show." show, and I told her, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
So we're probably going to have her on this summer when she's here,
Right.
so I can get her in person. And we'll do a live show with her, but she's going to tell us all about like her horror stories in the adult film industry.
Oh,
So that
it's gonna
kind
be
of,
interesting.
you will know. I mean, here's the thing: anybody that's on the road. If you travel with your comic, musician, artist, whatever, actor, you constantly get put into different areas of this world, and weird shit happens, And so I'm interested and Kinsey loves horror. Loves horror. So I can't wait to have her on. But yeah, Tracy Lords walks in with the dude he's from like Sons of Anarchy. And then he's also, I don't know the actor's name, but he was in SWAT, I think.
Yeah.
He does a lot of, at Sons of Anarchy, I just remember his character. Whoops, my mic's falling apart now. I remember him being in Sons of Anarchy, they cut his tattoo off. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's
they
right.
were either
That's
burn
right.
it or
Okay.
cut it off
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah, but that guy, I think that was one of, I don't know, don't quote me on it. It was one of his first parts. But him walking in, he plays that good, goofy kind of surfer guy, but the guy who's like, holy shit, this hot bitch just picked me up, and I'm going to go to this rave with her. Right. And then they walk in, and the sprinklers kick on.
Yeah.
And it's fucking blood.
Yeah.
And it's fucking great. I love it. The bloodier, the better for me.
Yeah.
So
And just his reaction in that whole scene and how he's on the ground getting the crap kicked out of him, frankly, about all these vampires.
And the blade comes in.
Clubbers, and you walk, and it stops at Blade's
fucking
shoes,
blood-sucking motherfuckers.
and there's like he's not covered in blood at all. He's super clean, and he goes in and starts wrecking shop. Sorry, spoiler alert. For you guys haven't seen it, but
fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
But Wesley Snipes, Blade. So we got it right there. So the number ones are Bram Stoker's Dracula and Blade for creative kill. I would be interested in. Go ahead.
I got one more honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Let's fucking do it. We got the time.
Now, this is going into my nerd side, guys, here a little bit, but anime. So in anime, vampire lore is very popular. My favorite is this series called Hellsing. It is about Dracula basically becoming kind of like a contract killer of sorts.
No shit. I've never seen this. See, this is something that I don't know about is anime. You and Charlie would get along well. You and Charlie could talk. You probably ought to tell her she'll watch that shit.
Right. So there's two. They did the original, I think, in the late 90s, and then they did a reboot in like mid 2000s. And that one's called Hellsing Ultimate. Hellsing Ultimate.
Okay.
And they're basically the same storyline, more or less. They changed a few things here and there, but the Helsing family basically owns Dracula.
Van Helsing, the Van Helsing family.
The Van Helsing family owns Dracula.
So they fucking.
They basically are like contract.
They're like, dude, we're gonna kill you, or else you work for us.
It's more or less how it works. He basically promises himself to the Helsing family. In a matter of sorts, and the great granddaughter of Helsing takes over the family, and she's the one who basically contracts Dracula to go do whatever they need him to go do.
Well, Dracula 2000s kind of had the same. Did you ever see Dracula 2000 with Gerard Butler?
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about that on the show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good movie, but that's kind of the same way where you have Van Helsing's grandson, and anything with Van Helsing tied in with Dracula, I'm in. I'm all in. Fucking Van Helsing. I gotta tell you, Hugh Jackman's Van Helsing. Cheesy as shit, but I love that movie.
It was so much fun.
I fucking love that movie. I went and saw that by speaking of that Tiffany girl I had just broke up with her. Okay. I was heartbroken. I was just devastated, and Van Helsing came, and I went and saw it, I think at like 10 o'clock by myself in the theater, and that's kind of what pulled me out of my rut. So thank you, Hugh Jackman and Van Helsing. But yeah, no, I love that. I love anything. Again, back to the Vampire Hunter lore versus this. So I'm going to segue into something that's a little exciting right now, Ben. Okay, guys, so we went over our favorite vampire movies, our female vampires, our male vampires. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? We are bringing vampires to Albuquerque. That's right.
That is right.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and shout it out because we're about to go into production.
Yep.
So, guys, we've been developing a series, so we are jumping into the verticals game. Yep. I have been dying to shoot film. All right. So I'm a filmmaker. I'm an actor, but I've been getting for the last 4 years, guys. I got to tell you, I've been studying the film and entertainment industry, and At the beginning, I fucked up a lot. I did. I just did not know. I was drinking from a fire hose. I did not know what the fuck I was doing. Yeah. It took me a lot of time on set and talking to a lot of producers, a lot of professionals about the industry. I screwed up at the beginning. I tried to crowdfund some things to get it done, and then that's when the industry fell apart. And we kind of fell apart as a company. But then when we started the podcast is when the brand started coming back to life, and the industry started coming back to life because Ben and I worked on film a lot. We worked all the time. Yeah. We just weren't. Guys, there's not been anything. We haven't been booked on anything for a long time. And so we developed this series. I have kind of always had it written in my head, but what I wanted to do, and we're not going to ruin it because the pilot is coming out probably around April 1st is what I think we can get it out of post. But we are jumping into the vertical micro series. It's going to be on our YouTube channel, and it's going to be on you could subscribe to our Instagram and watch. I'm about to drop a trailer, like a little teaser, but I'm going to show it here on the show first. Okay. So you have to follow us on our YouTube channel to even see the trailer, to know where it's at. But, I'm going to throw a shout out to this guy. There's a guy named Mike Pecky. I'm sorry if I fucked up your name, Mike. He's actually hit us up to collab with us. He's got his own horror podcast, but he's a filmmaker out of LA. Okay. And he does a horror movie that the only way you could see it, and I haven't watched it yet. We've got to, he's given us the link. It's just, we just haven't had the time. You know how it is. Yeah. But anyway, Mike gave us this idea, so we're gonna try to go subscription based. It's not gonna be a lot. We're gonna charge 99 cents, dude. We are making it's about two police officers. Ben, you're one of them. His name is Reinhardt. Reinhardt. And I got Reinhardt. I got to shout out to a buddy of my name. So I've always met these people in my life where I'm like, dude, that would be a cool stage name, right? I always thought Reinhardt. I had a friend named Jacoby Reinhardt, and he played in the NFL. What's up, Jacoby? And he hit me. Remember I was telling you about he was that safety. He was All-American SMU, went on to play the NFL. Hit me harder than anybody I've ever fucking been hit in football. We were both football players. I was not at the scale Ben was. Trust me, I was not a good football player. But I lived in Texas, and guess what? In Texas, if you're playing sports, you're playing football. Anyway, so Reinhardt, you have Reinhardt and you have Jake. Is it Jake? Yeah, Jake, I think is the other character. But both of them are these kind of kick-ass bruiser cops that are narcotics detectives that end up getting into the supernatural world, and not by their choice. They just kind of run into this incident. Something happens. Something goes down. And you guys have to fucking
deal with it.
Fight vampires and werewolves.
You gotta figure it out.
And so we have got some really cool casts. I actually threw up some of the cast members up on our Instagram page the other day if you follow us on Instagram. But we have Sancho, we have Johnny
Sancho.
Magna, we've got I am using so this is one of the things I tell Ben all the time, and he knows this about me because this is the reason why it's not the reason why I partnered with Duke City Championship Wrestling. I love wrestling in general. I've always been a huge wrestling nerd. We got to go to TNA, which was fucking awesome. You remember that, dude? That was
fun.
Shout out to Daria too. Yes. By the way, we're getting everything kind of settled in. So Daria Bernardo, she's Sonya Deville, formerly WWE. She's fantastic over there at TNA. But Tommy Dreamer, he was so nice to us too. Yeah. The whole crew. But Manny Lemons, we have Tommy Two Scoops. We've got all these guys that come through here, and these guys are sports entertainers, professional wrestlers. Yep. But what you guys don't understand about sports entertainers and professional wrestlers is they're fucking actors too. And it's like having human action figures that I can work with that actually know how to hit marks. They know how to study their lines. They know how to deliver dialogue. Right. That's the reason why I like to work with wrestlers. So if you're doing something that's action based, even I was talking to our DP Ethan and Karl about this. I was like, guys, I want this to feel like, kind of like a found footage, but one of my favorite movies, and it's one of yours too, Into Watch.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like I want it to feel real and gritty.
Yes.
But we're gonna put the supernatural element into it too. My favorite.
so
It's a creature feature.
Yep.
It is a creature feature.
Creature
Not
feature.
creature as being. It's gonna have vampires. It's gonna have werewolves. It's gonna have
Yeah.
witches. It's gonna have psychics. It's gonna have all kinds of different
that
cool little
lore.
things
Yeah,
that
yeah.
we're throwing in there, and it's all based here in Albuquerque, fucking New
That's right.
Mexico,
That's
the home
right.
of Breaking Bad, baby.
505, baby.
That's right. Maybe we can have a crossover where fucking Breaking Bad
shoot.
meets No Knock. No.
Get some of the
Anyway,
blue
the
crystal
series
going.
is going to be called No Knock. Guys, in 3, 2, 1, here's a little bit of a teaser that we're having. It's just our poster with a little fun vampire. Ready? All right, we're looking at it. All right, Carl, drop that in there. Okay. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, so the series is going to be called No Knock. We're super pumped about it. We're going to shoot 3 pilot episodes.
Yep.
Because we didn't have a whole lot of funding for it, but I secured enough to get us going. So where we need to where we're going to thrive in this space is we are going to do what you like to do, which is mix action with horror.
Exactly.
And
My
so
fave. Chef's
we're
kiss.
only working within our budget, I'm going to
Yeah,
tell you guys,
yeah.
but it's really cool to work with these wrestlers and with these stunt guys like Mike
Right.
Lemmer. We just
Yeah,
had Mike on.
yep,
He's
just
in No
had Mike
Knock.
on. Shout out Mike.
Mike's in
Yep.
No Knock. Shout out Mike. He had a killer fucking experience.
He sure did.
Anyway, yeah, so we're super pumped about that. And then I've got another vampire. I've got another person that is joining us in Burbank or in LA. That's vampire related, but
Yes.
that'll be announced on that show. Yeah. But she is
Awesome.
She likes to suck your blood.
Yes,
No,
yes.
but she's also like a fucking horror queen, a
Oh,
horror
yes,
icon.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I've got her. I've got I have the 3 girls that we've got coming on, but she actually brands herself as Vamp. So there's a little
I know.
Easter
I was
egg
gonna
for
say,
you guys out
it
there.
is. There it is. There it
That's
is.
all I'm gonna say. You got to watch the fucking YouTube channel because I'm not gonna clip that out. So if you guys actually watch our show, you'll find out who that is. But she is fantastic, and she's
Can't
been.
wait to have her on.
Yeah, I've known her since 2013, and so we've known each other for
Man,
almost.
going back.
Yeah, she's a really great person. I can't wait to tell the story of how we met on air when we get her in the studio. But anyway, yeah. So No Knock is going to be hopefully being released by April 1st. I think Karl and I can cut it together by then. We'll get the pilot episode out.
Right.
But again, it's going to be a blast, guys.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to feel a little gritty, a little found footagey,
Right,
but it's going to
right.
be, there's actually a horror movie coming out called Body Cam, and I don't want anybody thinking about this because No Knock, we announced No Knock way, but I'm kind of rocking the same situation because of my law enforcement and private security background
Right.
and all that. I know how these things are supposed to look, and I can't wait to actually translate it to film
Yes,
and translate our vision of what we've written, because I think the first episode is really exciting and really fun, and I can't wait to have these guys that work with all of these different actors. And the one thing I got to tell you, man, is that I am enjoying finding people in that love horror that are actors. Like, okay, and you can chime in on this. We had some issues with some people, and every production company does as far as actors. Actors are going to be actors.
Yes.
And
You
some
know.
of them are really fucking dramatic.
I was just
right?
gonna say, we
It's
got some
like-
drama queens.
Yeah,
out there.
you got
and
some
kings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's both.
yeah,
It's both.
yeah,
So the vetting process that I've gone through now is like the first thing I ask them is pretty much what I ask everybody. Is like, what's your favorite fucking horror movie? And tell me why. And don't give me. Here's my thing. Don't tell me Nightmare on Elm Street, and then
Right,
can't
right.
tell me everything about Nightmare on Elm
Right,
Street.
yeah.
That's my thing. It's like you can sit here and tell me you like horror, but if you're naming just the normal shit and you don't have like something in the back pocket that nobody's ever seen, you're like, or that a lot of people just don't know about.
Sleep on it a little bit.
Yeah. You just brought out the fucking Helsing thing.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
nothing about that, right? But that's how I know you know your shit, right? You're like, John, we may not know the same shit, but
We're playing the same game.
we're playing
you
the
know?
same game, right? And I love learning. That's my thing, is I love learning all this new stuff. So, yeah. And I was going to touch on that. And then my favorite vampire video game is Castlevania. Castlevania back in the day.
You know what? Another special shout out, Castlevania, the anime on
Yeah,
Netflix.
no, Netflix is badass.
Goes hard.
Yeah.
That's
There's another one called
Vampire.
Vampire Hunter D that I watched way back in the day too. That was a cool one. But anyway, yeah, man. So we've got some really exciting things happening here at Creative Kill, guys. So we're about to wrap this podcast up today. But I would just want to tell everybody, hey, bloodsuckers, everybody out there, subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay?
Please, guys, please.
We need YouTube subscribers here moving forward. We are in the process, guys. We've got a little bit bigger budget for 2026.
Right.
And thanks to our executive producer, Scott Hargrove, he has helped us. He invested some time. We are remastering the old episodes
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, guys.
with the kills. And the kills, dude, you saw those last two I dropped.
I did.
I cannot believe what these VFX guys have done.
I mean,
They're remastering these episodes for us.
crazy.
So it's where and I'm gonna fucking do a little magician secret or let the cat out of the bag. But for where we used to do this, stop and kind of like when I would kill somebody, you wouldn't really see blood or anything. Now we've got a guy that's like fucking boom.
We're kind of going full throttle on that.
We are going full throttle.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this show, the kills, revisit when we drop on several different platforms here in the next couple of months.
Yeah.
You guys will make a big announcement about that too, with our new partners. We've got some brand deals coming in, so it's going to make our show better.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And all we want to do really is make Creative Kill for you guys, the audience. We want to make it better.
Yes.
And that's our big thing, guys, is that, you know, in this really, like, I hate, and I do tell people I don't like stuff. And because you're allowed not to like things. You're allowed not to like movies.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to shit on it because of the work that goes into making these projects. Because the one thing that kills me about influencers, I got to tell you, they've never been on a fucking set in their life.
Right.
And you guys have no idea. Even if the movie's chopped up in post and it sucks or whatever, there was still a lot of people that put hard work in on
a lot
this.
of
Okay.
time, a lot of sweat, blood, and tears.
Yeah, and then you got to think about that guy who wrote the script.
Yeah.
He probably spent 2 to 3 years, like we've been doing, 2 to 3 years of life.
Yeah.
But somebody's gonna like the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I there's been some things that's gotten 0%. I hate Rotten Tomatoes. I hate critics. I'm not a big critic guy. I've never criticized. I mean, I just tell people it's not for me. I didn't like it. It wasn't my cup of tea. But I know there's a lot of stuff. Like when we talked to Mike Levy, you know, he's like, dude, I love the Leprechaun series, and I do like Leprechaun, but I don't think it's that great,
Yeah, I know
right?
what you
You
mean.
know,
I know what you
it's like I've seen them, but I don't go back for rewatches on those. You know what I mean?
Leprechaun in the Hood, you know, definitely.
Yeah, Leprechaun in the Hood. I
Touches
just
home
like-
a little bit. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
well,
but-
we're gonna do our Leprechaun episode. I told
yeah.
Morgan, I was like, when we get the new office going and stuff over there, that Tuesday, I would like us to do a remote location up for Leprechaun at O'Hare's on St. Patrick's Day.
there
What would
go,
you think
there
about
go.
that?
That sounds like
What
a
would you
plan,
think
my
about
man.
us doing that?
Sounds like a
would-
plan, my man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to all of us take off the 17th of March
yeah.
because and that's in a couple of weeks. So we'll talk. But we're shooting No Knock. We're shooting our final scenes for No Knock the week before that, and then the next week we'll do that, and then I think we take a 2-week to 3-week break, and then we go to Burbank. So
Right.
it's like. Our schedule, guys, is starting to ramp things up. We're starting to pick up. We've got some, like I said, new sponsors. We're still looking. Albuquerque businesses, if you are interested in getting your company on a big show, I know we're horror, but we will love to help brands out.
Yeah, anybody and everybody.
I'm actually looking for some brands for females because I'm looking for some. We lost one of our sponsors. Because of financial reasons, of course, like this whole world right now is going crazy, but we're looking for some female stuff. So whether you've got a salon or you got to do something you want to promote, hit us up.
Hair, skin, and nails, hit us up.
Hit us up. And those are Albuquerque local businesses, please. We've got brand deals going on with other things, but we like to give shout outs to our Albuquerque peeps here.
Our 505s and our 575s.
Help out the 505, right? So again, this is Creative Kill, guys, where the guest always has a killer experience. Follow us on all our YouTube and our socials and everything above. And to sign this thing off, I'm John.
And I'm Ben.
And we thank you guys for watching. We love you. And just stay tuned for this right now here, Ben. Let's move our mics out of the way. You ready to fly out of here?
Let's do it.